What are the red flags in a relationship? A red flag is a warning sign of unhealthy or manipulative behavior. They are not always recognizable at first glance and are sometimes very dangerous. But they tend to get bigger and more problematic over time. Red flags are often used in conversations about toxic or abusive relationships. Toxicity can manifest itself in close relationships. A friend, colleague, family member, or partner. Red flags can be signs of narcissism, aggression, victimization, or abusive behavior. You can avoid getting involved in a toxic relationship by noticing some common warning signs. Whenever you encounter red flags in a relationship, it's a good time to stop and think about the dynamics you actually share with that person. Toxic behavior is often subtle and insidious. It creeps up on us in moments of weakness, and when we are unable to fight it, it can dominate our lives. This can hurt both yourself and those around you. Cultivating self-awareness about red flags and toxic behaviors can help you avoid them altogether. Knowing how to spot the red flags in a relationship is very important. Before we can deal with warning signs, we need to understand what they look like and why they are dangerous. Unfortunately, some people are starting to accept red flags as part of the package rather than red flags. They are then vulnerable to emotional, psychological, and sometimes physical harm. Let's take a look at 12 common warning signs that can appear in any relationship. Can end toxicity. 1. Excessive control behavior. Excessive control activity is a common red flag. People who try to control your actions, decisions, or beliefs are more concerned with what they want than what is best for you. A healthy relationship involves compromise and an understanding of differences. No one controls other people's actions. 2. Lack of trust. Any healthy partnership needs trust as a basis. A key sign of an unstable relationship is distrust from partners, friends, coworkers, or family members. We all have questions from time to time, of course. However, it shouldn't stop them from having faith in the good deeds of the people in our lives. Trust is necessary for a happy relationship on both sides. 3. Low self-esteem. The people closest to you should build you up, not tear you down. When you love someone, you promise to support and uplift them. If you don't feel support from your partner, family, or friends, something needs to change. 4. Physical, emotional, or mental abuse. Physical, emotional, and emotional abuse are undeniable red flags in any relationship. Physical abuse is easy to spot. However, emotional and emotional abuse can be just as damaging in the long run. Like physical abuse, mental and emotional abuse can also cause PTSD. Nobody has the right to make you the victim of their own issues. These need to be handled fairly and constructively. A problem should never be solved by abuse. 5. Substance abuse. Substance abuse is a clear red flag. This indicates that the person is struggling with impulse control and self-destructive habits. Depending on the substance, any relationship can quickly become toxic if addiction is present. That being said, substance abuse is a disease and your loved ones may need help. If you or someone you know is struggling, seek substance abuse and mental health management. 6. Narcissism. Narcissistic personality disorder is a mental condition that exhibits self-obsession, false importance. Not in the clinical sense, but it can come off as megalomania. It may feel that way to those close to them, but they don't experience a break with reality. Nobody has the right to make you the victim of their own issues. These need to be handled fairly and constructively. Abuse is never a helpful strategy for solving a dilemma. Emotionally involved with a narcissistic and ego-driven person can be exhausting and traumatic. Your needs are always thought to be more important than your needs. 7. Anger management issues. If someone close to you is having trouble controlling their anger, you may feel threatened or anxious during a fight. A lack of emotional regulation is a definite red flag for any relationship. We all need to be comfortable with our partners and friends to tackle difficult issues without fear of safety. Anyone who uses anger as an intimidating tactic is demonstrating toxic behavior. 8. Codependency. Codependency and the resulting emotional labor are not necessarily toxic in and of themselves. However, codependency in relationships is a pervasive pattern that leads to problems such as emotional exhaustion and increased mental distress. When two people rely exclusively on one another for emotional, psychological, and even bodily support, it is known as codependency or relationship addiction. This can alienate them from other relationships and stunt their personal growth. 9. Unable to resolve conflicts. People who avoid conflict may think that they are protecting the relationship from ruin. But that only leads to lengthy passive aggression in the end. As uncomfortable as it may be, accepting constructive conflict is a key component of all relationships. Serious problems can never be solved without productive conflict. This could cause resentment and energy waste. 10. Constant jealousy. It's natural to feel jealous when your partner or friend spends a lot of time with other people. But that is no excuse to cloud your judgment. People who are constantly jealous of your connection with others care more about what they want than your happiness. 11. Gaslight. Gaslighting is a common manipulation tactic. It is an insidious form of emotional abuse that makes a manipulator question your own sanity and judgment. Victims of gaslighting feel guilty whether or not they did something wrong. In every way, gaslighting is a glaring warning sign. 12. It negatively affects relationships with family and friends. For many of us, family and friends are an important sense of community. If someone in your life is having a negative effect on your relationship with your loved one, that's a big red flag. Healthy relationships should not come at the expense of other healthy relationships. In the next video, we will see how to deal with these red flags and save the relationship. Thanks for watching. See you all soon.